Tropical Storm Dorian has crossed into the Caribbean Sea this morning with winds of 50 miles per hour and a pressure of 1007 millibars. At 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, it was at 14.1 north, 61.4 degrees west. On the CDPS scale, Punta Cana is the area that we're looking at right now for August the 29th, expected to be one of the largest rainfall areas. Still a stage 1 though on the CDPS, which is quite low at this stage, but there could be hurricane force gusts on some of those islands, if not sustained winds. Watch that closely. Here it is right now. There is very close to St Lucia. It made landfall, moved over the island of St Lucia not so long ago with those winds. And it is now 28 miles west of St Lucia, moving away, 34 from Martinique, 324 miles from St Croix, 430 from San Juan, and 552 from Punta Cana. These are the current watches and warnings then. A hurricane watch for Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic from Isla Sayona to Samana. Tropical storm warning for Martinique, St Vincent and the Grenadines and Puerto Rico, with tropical storm watches for large areas of those islands and the Dominican Republic as well. Look at this rainfall chart right now over the next 5 days. You can see there not much rain is expected on the Caribbean islands. Any pink areas on this screen is about 3 inches of rain. You can see the larger amounts are actually going to be expected when the storm passes near the Bahamas and possibly over into Florida. So that is very interesting to see. Of course, rain rates could still be pretty high, so flash flooding possible on any of these islands over the next few days. Sea surface temperatures are high, 28 degrees or more. Looking at the forecast now from the GFS, the next 5 days, you can see that little green area there approaching Puerto Rico. That's the tropical storm. There it is making landfall in the Dominican Republic. GFS interestingly lowballing it quite a lot still. Barely anything left of it as it moves through the Bahamas, but that could be different. We've got to watch this very closely. Brief tropical storm again there as it moves towards the coast of Florida, blows up a little bit just before it makes that landfall on the weekend on the Florida east coast. But the GFS might be lowballing it. It could be stronger than that by the time it reaches there. We really don't know yet until it passes the Greater Antilles, an idea of how strong it might get to. 99% on St Lucia, that is probably actually going down now. They have removed the tropical storm warning. On Puerto Rico, the percentage chance is around 68% overall, and Dominican Republic chances rising above half chance now as well. Looking at these models, you can see the CTCX is out on a limb, category 3 there. The other models calling for high-end tropical storm in general. Wind shear is going to remain low. It hasn't been preventing the storm. It's going to be more the dry air that's been an issue. But that is getting a little bit better over the next few days as well, unless it goes further south like the HMON is predicting. Track forecast looks pretty solid though, apart from that, through the Bahamas along to the eastern coast of Florida. Here's the latest satellite imagery of Dorian this morning from the NOAA floaters, and you can see how it has moved through those islands. Martinique getting a lot of that convection this morning too, and spreading on to Dominica now as well in those later frames. So there you can see that convection blowing up again. Looks like it's a little bit displaced to the north of the storm, and for my money not as good as it was looking last night. And of course it has weakened a little bit since it reached that 60 mile an hour peak, but now 50 miles an hour, still a significant tropical cyclone with gale force winds, and that rainfall could still be dumping significant amounts of rain there over some of those islands. Martinique in particular right now could cause some flash flooding, as is the case on many of those other islands too later on. It will be in Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic in 2 days time, and we'll have updates. That's all for now. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com. You can also find our YouTube channel. If you're not there already, you may well be. Good chance of that. Subscribe if you haven't. You can also find our Facebook page, search Force 13 all in text, and our Twitter handle, it's @Force13 on there. You can also help the project become even better by becoming a patron. You can see more information about all the benefits involved by visiting patreon.com/Force13. With a special thanks to these people for being our most valued patrons this month: You can also check out our growing merch store so you can show Force 13's colours wherever you go. You can also find a link to our Discord server underneath this video in the description.